Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's session, I'll be covering how you can create a custom SharePoint list and library views using custom formatter via providing a JSON. So there has been requirements where you would like to modify your view, or you would like to make your view to look beautiful and have some custom actions so that user can perform the actions there and itself, rather than creating entire new custom solution using the SharePoint framework. So this could be a quick way of creating or giving what your user needs. So for a practical example, I'm taking one library. The library is called as PPT library for me. And this is by default view which library has opened. And I'm just showing you one of the tiles view. So this is a tile view where the preview of PPT is shown to the user. But what happens when you want this tiles view as a default view of yours, this list, and you are sharing the URL with any of your customer or colleague, then they would not get this view. Why? Because the SharePoint list and libraries, they use to cache the current the type of view, and the default is always list. So though like you are sharing this tiles view, but your colleagues would not see these tiles, they defaultly see that as a list. So how to circumvent that? For that, we can create a custom view. So let's create one custom view, or I can just show the formatting of this current view itself. So you can just click on the views. There you can see an option of current format current view. If you click on it, you will get the entire row formatting. So for this example, we'll be choosing the entire row formatting, and I'll be showing you one of the view which is already created by me for this demo. So I can just go through this view. So in this JSON, you can see I'm using a row formatter, and element type is A. A means I'm modifying the behavior of the anchor tag, which is a link on that preview. So how I'm modifying, I am just passing a href reference with the appending this first string with second string and passing in this file reference name. And why I'm doing that? Because when a person clicks on my view, it should open in the browser itself rather than downloading it. So these sort of operands you can use. The operator is plus, that means it will keep on concatenating these strings, and that's how you can work with it. So you can see under layouts doc.aspx so that it can be viewable in browser. So I'm just scrolling down, and with the default div, so that means like the tiles where it should be shown, how should look like. So you can specify your custom styling with a styling JSON, and you can also see in the children, you can specify that your element type is image and what that image should be. Image should be showing a preview of your file. So you can see I'm using get preview.ashx, that is a handler for specifying a path for that specific file, so that the preview of the file can be available and can be used as an image over that tile icon. And if it's not like here I'm checking its content type is document, then it should be previewing the file. And otherwise it's a folder, then it should be showing a folder icon. So you can use the folder icon image whatever you want. You can store it in somewhere in your share library, or somewhere like where the path is accessible to your view. So that's how you can set the styling of your tile icon. And beneath that, I would like to display the title of that file and along with the date. So you can see in the children, I'm specifying this styling attribute, and the text content is file leaf ref, so that's a name. And as well as with the same JSON, I'll be specifying the text content for a modified cal. So this is nothing but the modified datetime, and I have modified the datetime based on my the friendly user view, so that rather than 1/1/2020, it should be displaying 1 Jan 2020. So it's just a formatting. So I can show you that back. I'm just going back to my library. So for a while, I'll just go to the library settings so that I can show you what is the prerequisite for this. If you go to the advanced settings, so if your library is having this allow management of content type as no, then you need to set that as yes, so that we can get a differentiator with the content type, that whether it's a document or a file or a folder. And after that, you need to just scroll down and you can see I've created one modified cal. So this is a calculated column. I'm clicking on it. In the formula, I've used the same modified date, but with the time formatting as date formatting as DD so that it can display the date like 1/01 May. So that's how you can format that date, because formatting in JSON could be difficult. So you can just get that handy with your calculated columns. So this is just an idea. It's not that we should be creating calculated columns to work it. You can do that in JSON as well. And going back to my view, so I'm just turning back to my all item view and modify the current view, selecting entire row in the advanced option, and whatever JSON just we have there, we can just paste that out. You can preview it. So in the preview, you can start seeing the tiles and having a name of that file with the friendly date. So this is how you can format your views without touching or creating any cumbersome SPFX packages. So in quick time, you would able to get your functionality. So if I'm clicking on this, it's opening my file within the browser so that user can keep working there. So this is all about the row formatter. You can also have the same sort of formatting for specific columns. So quickly I can walk you through that as well. So let me pick one of my list, that is custom list, and how you can just format the column. So for example, in this row, I would like to have one action button which can perform some action based on click. So rather than creating something application customizer or the list customizers, we can quickly have that button with this custom formatter. So I'm just before that, I'm just adding one column. So that column I can say action, and I'm keeping that as a single line. And under this column, under column settings, you would see there is an option format this column. So you can click on that. So this formatting would only applies to this column. So we just in the library, we just did for the entire row. Now we are just doing for this specific column or field. So I'm just copying my JSON, which is already there. So I can walk you through what it does is it's adding a element type as button, and action is default click. That means it will open the item, the specific selected item. So you can just keep in, I mean, like if it's a button, then you can keep an anchor or button, maybe like redirect into a page or opening something. And in the attribute, you can define your attributes. And in the child, it's just like in the child, you would be specifying what button or icon you would like to display. So you can just keep it element type as span, and then just can use a icon library. So let's say I'm using caret solid up, so it will show up some triangle, upward triangle. So I'm just copying this entire custom JSON and pasting that out. So I'm previewing it and saving it and closing that out. So now you can see we have that action button over there. So if I click on it, it should open the same selected item. So it's working well. So that's how, like, rather than just creating some cumbersome coding stuff, you can just quickly format your views, rows, and the columns as well. So possibly, like, you may want to look at deeper thought on this via going to the Microsoft Doc supports, where you will find a different options, what you can perform, what you can do with this custom formattings. So I hope it could be a good starter for you to start working on the formatting JSON for formatting your current views. Thank you.